Hello, my friends. I am behind the camera once again. If you caught my declutter video earlier this week, then you know that I am having to film a little bit differently this week due to my children being out of school this week for fall break. I normally film in my living room, and being that my children are home, that makes it a little bit more complicated this week for filming. So apologies for a little bit different format here for filming, but today I wanted to get this video done for you because Homeworx is launching more holiday candles, I would say, on their website over at Slatkin & Co. Now, they are bringing back some fan favorites, including one of my holy grail Christmas candles. I will let you know what candle that is here in just a moment, but it was released last year and quickly found its way into like my top 10 all-time holiday candles. But today I wanted to go ahead and share with you, kind of sniff some of the candles that are going to be offered as part of the Slatkin & Co. sale. We are being told, we meaning ambassadors, I am a Homeworx ambassador, are being told that this is a buy one, get one 50% off sale. I am not sure at this moment if ambassador codes or your rewards codes will be able to use in combination with this sale. My code is Katie's Joyful Life. You can go ahead and try adding that in there, but I'm just going to tell you that I always want you to get the best deal possible. So if it will allow you to, Katie's Joyful Life will save you an additional 10% on orders over $40. I haven't gotten any word on what the free shipping threshold will be, but you guys know me. I always want you to just get the best deal regardless. So if my code can't be used and you're going to be getting a better deal with the buy one, get one 50% off, then I would say just go ahead and go with that. So full disclosure, a couple of these products were sent to me from Homeworx, but a couple of them I purchased on my own. Actually, half of them you are seeing right here in front of you, I bought with my own money, and then the other three were sent to me in PR. So let me go ahead and give you some of these details here. Let's see. Sorry, you might hear my chair squeak a little bit. I got a squeaky chair here. So the candles that are going to be offered or that are being launched today, which is October 12th, are what is that? Sticky bread pudding. You guys, my eyes are getting older. I'm 39 now. So sticky bread pudding, that will be available in a 4-wick and a 3-wick format. Whipped pear meringue, which is a new candle, a new fragrance, that will be offered in a 4-wick 18-ounce jar. I do not have that one, nor am I familiar with that. I believe my friend Fiona over at Wax and Facts, I saw that she got that one. So if you're over on Instagram, you might want to be following Wax and Facts because I bet you she will be able to give you some details about the fragrance notes on that. Tiramisu, which you see pictured here, will be offered in a 4-wick. Winter's Eve, I thought that was interesting that they included that in like our PR release because this one has already been on the website for, I would say, at least maybe a month and a half now, but I do have it right here in front of me, so I will go ahead and sniff that for you guys. That is available in a 4-wick. Sweater weather, you are seeing, now the one that you are seeing right here in the frame, that is actually from last year's release. I've seen some teases of the new label, and I do believe that the label looks pretty similar. It's just that the font looks a little bit different on that sweater weather band right there. But the scent, I believe, is the same, and so we will go ahead and go over what my nose is sniffing. Cinnamon French Toast will be back from last year. Now, I do not have that one here in front of me. However, I did film a dedicated candle review on that one, and I will have that review linked in the description box down below, as well as in the cards up above right here for you. If you would like to check that one out. Now, the only caveat I'm going to say is that that was on a pour from last year. So I wouldn't necessarily look to that review necessarily for performance because we all know that the performance can vary based on the pour dates, but if you are just wanting a general overview of what the fragrance smells like, please feel free to check out that review. Then you will also see here that some classics from the Homeworx are going to be coming back. Trim the Tree, North Pole, and Deck the Halls will all be made available in a 4-wick, a 3-wick, and this diffuser. And I do believe that they're actually going to have like some special bundles available where you can get the 4-wick, the 3-wick, and the diffuser. And I want to say that that bundle price, I will make sure that I have it in the description box down below, but if I'm recalling correctly, I believe that bundle price is $58 for all 3 of those. So that's a great way if you're looking maybe to get started on some holiday shopping and you want to be able to split that up. That might be a good thing to go ahead and participate in. And of course, the one candle that I don't have here yet, but you better believe I'm picking up at least 2 of them when they are launched. Fireside Christmas Tree is coming back, and I obviously don't have that one in my collection right here before you, but like I talked about with the, what was that one? The Cinnamon French Toast. The Fireside Christmas Tree, I do have a dedicated review from last year. Again, that will be linked in the description box down below, and that will go ahead and give you some thoughts about what I think of the fragrance. And if I'm recalling correctly, that one actually did perform very well for me last year. It was one of the few candles that performed well for me in 2022 from Homeworx. So, but again, the different pours could be, you know, I wouldn't say go with that for this year's pours, although I personally have experienced increased performance from Homeworx this year, so I think that it would be safe to say that this year's pour should be pretty good. So let's go ahead and get to sniffing some of these candles in case you're curious about my thoughts. Now, a couple of these, let's see, I have not burned, I've only started to burn one of these. The rest of them I'm going to go ahead and start getting to burning probably this evening. I know that sticky bread pudding and the tiramisu, I think, are the ones that I am eyeing to start burning first. You guys know how I am. I like to get to at least halfway through a candle burn before I do a dedicated review. Now, this sale will be running through Tuesday, October 17th. So if you want me to give a dedicated review on these before that sale ends, please let me know in the comment box down below, because then I will try to make sure that I really focus on getting the sticky bread pudding and the tiramisu burning, so that hopefully I could get maybe some dedicated reviews up for you before this sale ends. But that was a long intro. I'm so sorry about that, but I'm just trying to give you guys all of the information for this sale. So let's go ahead and get into sniffing some of these. So I'm going to go ahead and reach for Sweater Weather, because I think that, you know, Bath & Body Works has a candle that is named similarly. So Sweater Weather, the fragrance notes on this one are cool winter air, eucalyptus, fallen fir needle, and vanilla bean. Now for me, this is obviously, if you look at that pour date, which is July 9th of 2022, I purchased this candle last year when it went on clearance, and it's just been sitting in my collection until pretty much I lit it up for the first time this week. Now I am going to tell you on cold sniff, see, those are the wicks. Now remember, you guys, this is last year's pour, so this is not going to be the most recent version. But I will tell you, I burned this once. I burned it for about 4 hours the other night. And I'm going to tell you that this one, when it is burning, it transforms into that, a nice tree scent. So it's funny, on cold sniff, I thought, okay, this is one that I could probably burn more in the fall. But when I started burning it, my 9-year-old daughter was like, oh, it smells like a Christmas tree in here. This is a fragrance that I honestly see myself burning a little bit more in early November when I'm getting ready for the holidays. This one would pair really well with Scarlet Woods. Now, I have not seen that one return to the website, nor do I know if it's coming back, but I have seen it at my local TJ Maxx. I feel like this fragrance and Scarlet Woods is one or two, is like a combination that sets you up getting ready for the holidays. So I really like this fragrance, but I do smell I would say the most predominant note to me is that fallen fir needle mixed with a little bit of vanilla in there. But it's like a warm Christmas tree scent, which is what I think it's kind of interesting that they say cool winter air and the eucalyptus, because I smell that on cold sniff, but when it's burning, this is definitely more of like a warm and cozy Christmas tree type of fragrance. All right, let's go ahead and talk about tiramisu. And I'm so sorry if my camera shakes, you guys. I'm kind of on like a hodgepodge setup here, so just is what it is. So here's tiramisu. You can see the label. These are, now these lids are, this is still like that lighter weight, but you can see the difference in the lids. Sorry, from last year. to this year. You know, this is last year's, kind of that like tinny one. And these are still lightweight, but they have more of that like chrome finish as opposed to like that tinny finish on it. I figure since I have the lid off, I might as well just show you the wicks. So the wicks look nice and evenly sent. Now this candle was sent to me from Homeworx. I actually just got this in yesterday. So the fragrance notes on this are whipped mascarpone, espresso beans, ladyfingers, and vanilla bean. Pour date is July 7th of 2023. Sorry, I got off the center there. This is a little more complicated than you would think, you guys. So what is my nose smelling on here? I definitely pick up that espresso note in here. This is one that I see burning really nicely, possibly along with their coffee shop, which that was more of like a black coffee type of fragrance. But this smells like a nice like morning type of candle. The espresso note I smell in there. I get a little bit of creaminess from vanilla. Ladyfingers, I mean, I know that that's kind of like a cookie, kind of like a shortbread type of cookie, and I don't get a shortbread note or anything like that in here. But on cold sniff, I would just say that the espresso note is most dominant, but it's not what I would determine and say, oh, this is a straight up coffee candle. It's definitely like a bakery coffee type of fragrance. My daughter loves tiramisu, and so this was her favorite candle when I started to unbox these yesterday. I do get some of the sweet, yeah, like sweet creaminess kind of from a vanilla in here. It's a nice fragrance. So this one I am going to be lighting up later on today and get to hopefully getting some thoughts for you guys on that one. Sticky Bread Pudding is another fragrance that I believe, honestly, you guys, I don't know if Sticky Bread Pudding or Tiramisu are brand new to the Homeworx lineup. I know that they're brand new, like in this format, but I feel like they were offered in previous years, maybe in like a QVC TSV or something like that. Okay, so we have Sticky Bread Pudding here. Again, you can look at that wax right there. It's kind of like a caramel colored wax. The fragrance notes on Sticky Bread Pudding are caramel, cinnamon, vanilla bean, and spiced butter. Now, this candle was also sent to me from Homeworx. And what I smell in here, I definitely get that caramel note in here. It's not cloying caramel to my nose. I do detect spice. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like cloying cinnamon type of fragrance though. Like a spiced butter. I do get like it sounds kind of funny, like a gooiness type of butter in here. I think that's the combination of the caramel and, yeah, that spiced butter. Vanilla bean, definitely. Vanilla bean, I don't necessarily really smell vanilla bean in here, but I think the vanilla is what's going to tone down maybe some of that, what one could determine as cloying caramel type of fragrances. You guys know, if you've been shopping Homeworx for a while, Harry Slatkin loves caramel notes in his candles. So these two are probably the ones that I am going to get to burning soon. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and move them out of here so that way I don't knock them over. We definitely don't want broken candles around here. All right, Winter's Eve. Now, I feel like I may have touched on this one in a Homeworx haul, but I will go ahead and include it in this video here. So Winter's Eve, this is the packaging. I have a feeling this one's gonna light up beautifully. So, oh, we just got a little piece of debris here. That's not part of the candle. All right, so you see beautiful white wax here. Fragrance notes are snowy cypress, fir needles, iced birchwood, and smoky embers. Now, this one has a pour date of May 7th, 2023. So I'm hoping this one might be strong because I feel like it's been sitting longer. So this is a really nice, fresh tree type of scent. This, to me, doesn't necessarily smell like the warmth of a Christmas tree. This is more like if I lived in an environment where there were snowy trees. If you're new to my channel, I live in Arizona. I have to drive probably about at least 2 hours away up north to experience any snow. Well, actually, no. Prescott's about an hour and a half away from me, and they get some snow in the wintertime. But yeah, this is like cool air. Now, I'm curious to see if that smoky ember note comes out upon burn. This is a fragrance that I actually think I could start burning probably in November. I think that I definitely get like an iced birchwood type of fragrance to it, but it's not pungent or astringent. Snowy cypress. You guys, I'm just going to be honest, because I don't have a lot of these like trees near me, I don't always know like the differences between like what each tree smells like. The trees around me are pretty much ponderosa pines when I go up to the mountains. But birchwood, I mean, I'm just trying to know from like what I smell like in other fragrances. Fir needles, like fir usually comes off as more like warm Christmas to me. Whereas I notice that the cypress and the birchwood, like birchwood can come off kind of astringent sometimes. And cypress, it kind of just has like a cool, not minty type of note to it. But I do like this one. This one I feel like will be a good fragrance to burn November through probably even February, I guess, if you live in a climate where it stays cold for a long time. Okay, Deck the Halls. This, okay, I'm just letting you guys know, this is the packaging that was from last year. So I picked this up. I actually think I bought this from Macy's last year when it was on clearance after the holidays. So I haven't burned it. I don't know what the packaging is going to look like for Deck the Halls. I do know that Homeworx did send me, this one I purchased, but Homeworx did send me a Deck the Halls in the packaging that they released for QVC's Christmas in July a couple of months ago. So I do have that one as well. So I don't know if the packaging is going to look like this, or if it's completely new, or if it's the same packaging that they had for QVC. We're all going to just hold out and be surprised. I'm actually filming this on Wednesday, so there's a couple of things that I'm going to be, you know, learning about just as much as you guys are when I go on the website. So the fragrance notes on this are blue spruce, frozen evergreen, glacial eucalyptus, and iced moss. So let's go ahead here and see. You'll see this one from last year. It's still got that old lid. All right. My nose detects spruce in this. Now, that is a fragrance note that I can pick up. I can kind of differentiate sometimes. I definitely get that spruce note in here. Frozen evergreen, glacial eucalyptus, ice moss. This smells like traditional Christmas to me, to be honest with you guys. Like, I feel like this is a pretty safe bet for a type of candle if you're looking. I feel like this is a really good giftable Christmas tree scent. I feel like anybody who would smell this would equivocate it with Christmas. It's not necessarily one that I would think, oh, I'm going to burn that any other time other than the month of December, probably. It's nice. I really, really like it. I think my friend Brett, Philly Candleman, this is probably one of his favorite holiday fragrances from Homeworx. So if you tend to like, if you guys know who Brett is, I mean, I know a lot of you guys know who he is. And if you tend to like a lot of similar fragrances as him, then I would definitely say go ahead with this one. It's really nice. I'm curious to burn it this season, but it's definitely like a classic Christmas tree type of fragrance. All right, and then the last one that I wanted to show you here, this is Trim the Tree. And Homeworx did send me the diffuser, so if you just wanted to get a peek at like the size of the diffuser, so like here's my hand, ignore my nails that need to be done. But if you wanted to just look at that, so the diffuser comes, and then they were supposed to send me the 3-wick with it. I was supposed to get like the bundle, I think, but instead I guess maybe they didn't have them in stock yet, and they sent me another 4-wick of banana maple pancakes, which I am not going to complain about that because you guys know how much I love that fragrance. But this is Trim the Tree. So that the reason I pulled out that Deck the Halls is because this is the one they just sent me, and so I'm wondering if they are going to like keep the same packaging. And I believe last year North Pole was in similar packaging, but the color was blue. It was like blue and silver trees all over it. Anyways, this is Trim the Tree. The fragrance notes on this are mulled spices, roasted apple, pine, brandied cranberry, and blood orange. All right, so what does my nose smell on this one? This is boozy, you guys. And I've heard that from other people that they're like, oh, if you like boozy candles, this is the one for you. This one, I'm kind of giggling. I don't know why, because I can picture, I'm thinking back to last year's Instagram Live when Harry and Laura were going over like the Black Friday releases or like the holiday releases. And I think Harry had had a little bit, he was imbibing a little bit. I think he was getting celebratory for the holidays, you know, which everybody does at that point. He wasn't drunk, but you could tell that he was definitely having a good time. And this to me, when I'm smelling this, I picture him like having a nice beverage and probably decorating his Christmas tree. And maybe that Christmas tree is probably not going to look as nice like as it would probably in the morning when you're sober type of thing, you know? This fragrance, there is that boozy note in here. I do get those mulled spices in here and the apple, but it is mixed with like a boozy brandy note. So if you do not like boozy scents, I would probably tell you to stay away from this one. I don't get much pine in here. I mean, maybe a little bit, but this is definitely more like, it smells like a drink to me. But like a holiday drink. It's not like a fresh cocktail type of drink. This is definitely like a wintertime alcoholic beverage type of drink. So I will burn this one just to, you know, just for review and kind of to see what we all think. But just letting you guys know that you know, these ones right here are probably ones that I will not get to until most likely at least November. Weird thing happened this year in that I normally decorate my house for fall in September, but if you've been here with me for a little bit, you guys know that I've just had a lot of life going on. My father unexpectedly passed away this summer, and so I have just been dealing with a lot of, I don't want to say like fallout because he planned everything very well for all of us, but just been dealing with grief and handling his estate. And in the midst of that, I still have 3 children and trying to have life going on, right? But I wasn't able to decorate my house for fall this year, and so now I'm at the point where I just told my husband, I said, I don't want to go through all the effort to decorate my house for fall. So how about we just be in agreement that I can go ahead and set up Christmas in early November and we'll just call it a day. And he said, fine, that's fine with me. So I definitely see myself starting to burn some of the Christmas candles a little bit earlier than I normally do because my house is going to be decorated a little bit earlier. And I feel like those two can go ahead and coincide with one another. So I'm going to go ahead and try to wrap this up for all of you guys. Let me know in the comment box down below if any of these are favorites of yours. What candle are you excited to see make a return to the Slatkin & Co. website, or maybe one that is new to the fragrance lineup? I would be curious to know about that. Like I said earlier, if you want reviews pretty much just to get a handle or a pulse on what the fragrances are for Cinnamon French Toast or for Fireside Christmas Tree, make sure that you go ahead and check out my description box down below because I will have those there for you. So please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. Also, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around for more home fragrance content. That is the bulk of my channel. Every once in a while, I desire to. At this point, that's what I'm saying because I haven't done it in so long. But I also do like a little bit of beauty, but my channel is predominantly focused on home fragrance. So if that is content that interests you, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. So I just want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. Thank you for tuning out the noise in the background if you heard my kiddos playing in the background. I know I sure did. But I just want to say thank you so much for spending your time with me here today. And until my next one, I hope you go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.